Hey there. I'm going to talk about three different ways of thinking of yourself as a writer. I'm calling these three different phases pioneers, winners, number two, and masters, number three. I personally was a pioneer for the first probably 17 years of my career. Then I was a winner for the next maybe 13 years of my career. And I think I've been a master in the last 5. How am I defining these, and how are you able to define yourself, and why would you even do that? Like, what are we talking about? So let's first start with pioneers. This is when you just know you love telling stories, and you write this script, and you write that script, and you're kind of winging it. You're doing this, and you're learning some stuff, and then you're winging it, but you don't really have a systematic way. You're just kind of like charging. You're charging into the woods, and you're having a grand old time, and you're getting knocked down, and you get up, and you're making friends, and you're doing things, and it's really awesome. And you might be thinking, wow, what's going on? How come Hollywood's not paying attention to me? Because I'm doing all these things. But like, there's so much that we don't know in that phase. Again, I was there probably 17 years. I made 2 features. I wrote like I wrote, directed, and produced like 2 features. I tried to make another movie that fell apart. I wrote like 5 features. And then, Anne made 2 of them. And then but I didn't really even have a system. I really was totally winging it, despite taking like Robert McKee's seminar and a lot of different things. I didn't have a system. But after that period, I figured out how to do I started piecing together a little bit here, a little bit there. And I started selling scripts. I won a contest. I started having some sort of progression. And I was like, great, I made it. This is awesome. And then I got whiplash from the Hollywood roller coaster. I was like, well, I'm going to get like assignments for the rest of my career. And I had the best spec salesman in town representing me at UTA. I was like, this is going to be great. But it's a roller coaster, ups and downs. I had no ability internally how to deal with that roller coaster. I had no real career strategy, even though I had really good representation. I had made it in a sense and was winning and making significant money, but there was no consistency. I was nervous all the time. It was no way to live. And I see a lot of other people that are working professionals, or even like legends, that are really, that to my mind, are really in that winner phase. They're winning from the outside. You're like, oh my God, that must be amazing. If you talk to them, they're a wreck. And I know an A-list writer in particular who I'm thinking of, who's Set for Life. Amazing, really good, masterful in aspects of it, but like day to day, he's worried. There's a level of peace that he hasn't quite found in his life, even though from the outside we'd be like, oh my God, amazing, right? So that's why then I have the third category, which are the masters. So the first category is pioneers, when they're blazing in. Second category is the winners. They're winning in a significant way. And other people might think that they've made it, but on the inside, it's hard. It's a really hard way, and it's unsustainable. The masters have really put it all together. And again, it's not like Zen master perfect, like blah, 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 but it's systematic, repeatable approach to the game, 100% focus, or full focus on what's in our control, and at peace with what's not in our control. So one of the things you'll see with people in the winners category, they're complaining about Hollywood. They're complaining about not having an agent, or if they have an agent, they're complaining about not getting enough attention from their agent. They're complaining about this. They're focused on the lack of what they have. When you get into that master phase, it's all just awesome. You're completely focused on the day. You're making the day a masterpiece. You're focused, you know exactly what to do to develop any facet of your craft that needs to be done. You have a wonderful support system of people around you that just totally inspire you and support you, and you support them. You're clear-minded about your career. You're clear-minded about your purpose on the planet. And from all that, there's a sense of peace. You fully optimize and maximize your potential. And then you spiral upward from that place, and you get more opportunities and more money and more relationships, and all goes like that. And you're not dependent on representation, because you have a system to build relationships that's from your own authentic place. And when you have those systems, it's customized to you and your own sensibility and your own way of relating in relationships. So if that sounds interesting to you, I actually have a cool free 5-question self-evaluation thing. So you just click on the link and you can just for free check out these 5 different core systems that I feel like I discovered when I moved really to that master phase in terms of master of optimizing my potential. And when you think about your career in those ways, you realize these aspects, these systems are 100% in your control. When the next sale comes, or when the thing happens, or when things happen in the industry, there's synchronistic qualities to that. But when you know you're doing everything you possibly could do, that's when the magic really happens for you. So these 5 questions will help you figure out by your own perspective where you are in those scales. And if you fill it out, I can follow up with you, and then I'll show you where you stack up with, I have tons of people, 150 or whatever people that have done it. So I can show you where you stack up specifically in the numbers. And then you can help you focus on what aspect of your career that's 100% in your control. It's going to develop your career and your craft and whatever aspect you want to develop as fastly as possible and make the most difference in your life. Hope that's helpful. Have a awesome day.